Hi, welcome to my Monday night stream. I am Pixel Pia, and tonight we are going to talk about how Bard now is Gemini and what that means for us users. Let's start by looking at what Google themselves and Gemini themselves says is the difference between their old multi-language model Bard and the new one, Gemini. I actually used Gemini to come up with this list of differences if we compare Bard and Gemini. The first thing it said was that Gemini is smarter and give more accurate responses. It said that Bard has its limits. It was good, but sometimes gave basic generic answers or misunderstood. While the advantages of Gemini is that it has studied, within quotation, more information. It is trained on so much more data. So it understands complex questions better, giving fuller, more detailed answers. It makes fewer factual mistakes. And it's better at figuring out what you really mean with your question. It has expanded abilities. Bard's focus was mostly text-based tasks, summaries, writing, and so forth, while Gemini's toolkit goes beyond that. It can use knowledge of images for things like visual descriptions or coming up with design ideas. It's better at tasks involving code. And then we have the big difference. Bard was one size fits all. We all got Bard for free. We now all get Gemini for free instead if we go to gemini.google.com. That is the baseline of Gemini. But we also have Gemini Advanced, which is a paid service. It will cost you around $20 per month, and it gives you much different abilities. And we will take a look at it. But we are going to start by taking a look here at Gemini. Because, as I said, Gemini has an advanced features called Gemini Advanced, and you have to upgrade to it. When you upgrade, it means that you get a Google One account, and Google One accounts have other advantages. You get 1 terabyte of space, which includes everything you do in Gmail, Docs, your photos, and everything that you save in the cloud for Google. But I found out down here in Gemini at the bottom left-hand side here, you can see update to Gemini Advanced. I have Google One already. It is one of the perks that I got for free for using Google Fi as my cell phone provider. And what happens when I click here? It's open Google One and it says Google One isn't available. We're sorry, Google One storage plans aren't available right now. Which made me very confused. So I started to research what is going on. And it turns out that if you have a Google One account through your Google Fi, you can't upgrade to Gemini Advanced. They are saying that it will soon come to Fi, so it will be added on there. But I don't know when it is coming to Google Fi. Luckily, I have a second Google account, which is the geeky boomer at gmail.com. So I went to that account instead. And here I could upgrade. As you see up in the top here, it says Gemini Advanced, because I have upgraded to the Advanced, to the Google One account. When you do this, at least right now, you get the first 2 months free. So you can really try out Gemini Advanced without having to pay for it. You have 2 months where you can try this. So up here, I can choose if I'm working in Gemini or if I'm working in Gemini Advanced. But I'm going to try out both of these tonight by flipping between my two accounts. So we start in my Pixelpia account, where we are going to take a look at how we can use Gemini and how it has improved compared to Bard. And one of the first thing it says, it's quicker and more correct answering questions and text prompts. So we're gonna try here. What is the capital of France? And here we got the capital of France is Paris. It has been the capital since the 14th century and is also the most popular city in France. It's known as a major center for finance, diplomacy, commerce, culture, fashion, and gastronomy. I can't tell you if it was faster, but at least it's accurate. What is cryptocurrency? A little bit more advanced question. And that was very quick. And we have basic instruction. We have images showing. And that was really quick, I must say. Another thing it should be faster on is the writing. So help me write a polite email to my client and tell then we have to reschedule our meeting. And here we have the outline. And if I click on the share button, then down here, just like in Bard, I can draft in Gmail if I want to, and then go in and do the changes I needed. Let's try it out when it comes to translation. Translate this to, and now I choose Swedish so I can tell if it is correct or not. I am going to be late. Can you please put my dinner in the fridge so I can heat it up when I come home? Jag kommer att bli sen. Skulle du kunna ställa in middagen i kylen så att jag kan värma den när jag kommer hem? Here are some additional options depending on your relationship. So I get one that is more formal and one that is more casual. The casual one says, blir lite sen, sorry, hinner du snälla slänga in middag i kylen så jag kan värma den när jag landar? Puss. Well, not a perfect translation. The first one was probably the most correct one. The formal one says, jag ber om ursäkt men jag kommer att bli försenad. Skulle det vara möjligt att ställa in min middag i kylen så att jag kan värma den när jag kommer hem? Tack på förhand. It's so correct. Ställa in is actually words used for cancel. They translated put to ställa in. I don't know how well this is translated. Let's see how well Gemini can help me improve my writing. Can you rephrase this sentence to sound more professional? I am late. Sorry. What do I need to get inside the building? And here we have more formal, more concise, and other options. I understand I'm late. Kindly provide instructions for entering the building, or running late. May I please know how to enter the building? Or more formal. Regrettably, I am running behind schedule. May I inquire about the necessary steps to gain access to the building? That went pretty quick, I must say. It should also have a creative boost, be more efficient when it comes to creativity. I have chicken and sweet potatoes. What can I make for dinner? Let's see how creative it is. Pretty fast, I must say. And it gives quick and easy, more involved. That was quickly done. Now we are going to see how it can use images. Let's upload an image. What is this image? No, it can't help me with images of people yet. Let's see if we can do that in Gemini. Use the advanced. What is this image? And maybe we'll get the same results. It is no, they can't help with images of people. So let's try another image and no people in it. Go back to Gemini and oh, it won't accept that. Let's do this one. What is in this image? The image you sent me show a two-toed sloth sitting on a wooden bench. Two-toed sloths are known for their slow movement and leaf-eating diet. They are found in the tropical rainforests of Central and South America. Can you write a poem about the image? Okay, it didn't remember the image, so we upload it again. Can you write a poem about this image? When trying this now, I realized that this is something I like in ChatGPT, that you can continue with the upload the image and continue working on it, but it managed to do that. So to compare Bard and Gemini, we can say that Bard is the high school student, while Gemini is a college graduate version of the same thing. But now let's go back into Gemini Advanced. And I had to switch to my other account since I can't sign up for it, as I said. And what it said that Advanced can do, which either Gemini or Bard couldn't is that it can do deeper analysis and insights. For example, let's find a news article. Today's news. Top story. Here we have story from CNN. I'm not going to read it. I'm going to go into Gemini Advanced. Can you summarize this article? Give me pros and cons and what bias to look out for. And then I'm gonna just add the link. Elections are a complex topic with fast changing information. To make sure you have the latest and most accurate information, try Google search. So it wouldn't do that article. Let's find something that's not accurate, that's not politics. Let's try this. And here we have a summary. Summary about the article, potential pros, potential cons, and biases to watch for, and important consideration. It did a pretty good job there. Other things you can use it for is, let's say that you are on a budget and you have, for example, a spreadsheet about your income, your cost, what you're spending on. You could upload that and ask Gemini Advanced to find areas where you could save money. Or we can try to see if we can create a website. Can you create a simple website using HTML and CSS? CSS for a blog. And here we have the HTML and CSS code. And how to use it. Make a file called index.html and one style CSS. Paste the code. Open in a browser. So let's see if we can do that. Let's copy the HTML code. Let's open Notepad. Save that as, let's save it on the desktop so that we can index page HTML. And let's do a new one and copy the CSS file. And save that. As style.css. And we're saving it on the same. Oops. And now let's go in and open that index file. And here we have it. It created a blog with my first blog post, my second blog post. We have to create these other pages, but this is truly accurate. Now let's go in and try the recipe again that we tried in Gemini. Where do I have the recipe? Here, I have chicken and sweet potatoes. What can I make for dinner? Let's save that. Oops. And let's say here, I want it to be under 500 calories. Let's see if it can manage that. And it did. A couple of recipes here. And you can see it's much more detailed. If we compare with these recipes we got, it just very compressed, told you what you need and how to do it, while these are much more detailed. The ingredients as a pointing list, how to create it in steps. So it's a much easier result to view. Let's try again with our images. Can you write a description of this image and then write a short story for a 5-year-old about it? And as you can see here, it starts with a much more detailed description of the image. The image you send me shows 2 slots sitting on a wooden bench. One slot is brown and furry, and the other one slot is a gray stuffed animal. It's not gray, but it's pink. The slots are both facing forward, and the brown slot has its arm around the stuffed animal. The bench is located in a lush green forest, and there are tall trees and plants in the background. And then we have the story. Once upon a time, there was a little sloth named Sid who lived in a big, beautiful rainforest. And it goes rather impressive, I must say. Let's see if we can follow up. Can you now write a poem about the image? And it worked well. Let's say that I am thinking of moving either to Sweden or Norway. What should I think about, and what are the pros and cons? Let's see how much advice we can get from Gemini Advanced. Key factors to consider: cost of living, language, career opportunities, outdoor lifestyle, and social welfare. Pros. And these are set up for Sweden first and Norway secondly. Additional tips and resources. That was pretty quick. If I needed this as a first step in my research. Let's see what it says. Why should why should I pay money for Gemini Advanced instead of ChatGPT? Oops. Plus. And let's see what it has to say. The choice between Gemini Advanced and ChatGPT Plus depends entirely on your individual needs and preferences. Reasons to consider Gemini Advanced. The Google ecosystem integration. I agree with that. I can save this as a Google Doc. I can integrate with my email. I can do a lot of things like Google search accuracy, Gmail integration, calendar management, read aloud feature. I didn't try that today, but you see the little microphone down here. I can talk to it and it can talk back. And of course, the Google One bundle. Gemini Advanced is part of Google One's AI premium tier, meaning you also get increased Google Drive storage and additional benefits associated with Google One. Reasons to consider ChatGPT Plus. ChatGPT Plus offers the GPT store, which I talked about in my last live stream. ChatGPT Plus offers a dedicated mobile app and advanced functionality. While Gemini has great capabilities, some users report that ChatGPT can produce more human-like creative and nuanced responses across various contexts. Other factors. Cost. ChatGPT Plus is $20 a month. Gemini Advanced is a bundle. However, Google One Premium subscription starts at $9.99. Consider if the included storage bumps along with your needs. And then Gemini Advanced may have limited availability at this time. Ultimately, the best way to decide is to try both. See which interface suits you better, which one products the results you need most, produces the results you need the most, and which features matter most for your workflow. So there we have it. Gemini's own answer to what you should choose as a user. I have not used Gemini enough to say that I prefer one or the other. But if you would be interested in me trying them out side by side and learning more, I would be willing to do either a live stream or a video where I talk more about the comparison. I already have the ChatGPT Plus, and now I am subscribed to Gemini Advanced in my second account. So I could surely do that if there is an interest. Just let me know in the comments down below. And that is what I had to share with you. So now I'm going to do what I always do, and that is to share this live stream. If anybody is interested in popping in and discussing this, the comparison between Bard and Gemini, or if you have tried them, if you are curious about try any of them, if you are a ChatGPT user and want to try Gemini Advanced, or whatever you want to talk about. And if not, I will give it a couple of seconds here to see if someone is interested. Or you can just ask questions in the chat below, in the chat. As I said, I haven't tried them long enough to really be able to evaluate them. Gemini was announced last week on Thursday, so it's fairly new. And what I have seen so far is that you need a different way to ask your questions, and it will probably take a while until I figure out how to communicate with Gemini compared to how I communicate. How I have conversations with ChatGPT, which I have used for a very long time. Since I am very deep into the Google system, I think if I can find the same use for Gemini as I have for ChatGPT, it is very possible that I would switch. But one thing that I really like with ChatGPT is their GPTs. And I have set up a couple that is very much based on me and my use of ChatGPT. And we don't have this in Gemini. we have, let me put this up again. We have the extensions here: Google Flights, Google Hotels, Google Maps, Google Workspace, and YouTube. But I don't have the possibility as I had with ChatGPT to create my own GPT specific to my needs. And right now, without having investigated Gemini really deep, I don't think I could leave ChatGPT totally. But it's early on and it is much more to learn. And it doesn't look like anybody has any questions right now. So, with that, I am actually gonna end today's live stream. As I said, if you would like me to do a deep dive either in a live stream or in an upcoming video, please let me know in the comments below this when it's re-uploaded, and I will absolutely do that for you. As always, my perspective of doing all this is just from a user perspective. I am not a data scientist in any way. I am just like you, a user. Until next time, stay curious and be a part of the change. Bye.